Lecture 2, Chapter 4, Determinants. Second exercise is important for the determinants. In the paper, you will get question of 4 marks, and sometimes you will get question of 6 marks also, because right now we'll have the 80 mark paper. So there will be a possibility you will get 6 mark question also from Chapter 4, Exercise 4.2. Now, total will have 6 properties. Property number 1 of determinant. What the property is saying? The value of the determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. That means earlier we used to apply the elementary operation. That time we are supposed to apply row operation or column operation. That time we can apply one operation at a time. That means either I can apply row operations, either I can apply column operation. But whenever we are using properties of determinants, here you are free to apply either column operation or row operation. It will work out. Now here I am saying, first property is saying, whenever I am interchanging any row and column, I will get the same result. Let's suppose A matrix is given, A determinant is given 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever I am calculating the value of determinant of A, so 4 into 1, 3 into 2 will give you minus 2. Final answer is minus 2. If I am interchanging the row, let's suppose I am interchanging row 1 with column 1. Let's suppose I am taking the transpose. Now this row will become column and this row will become column. So if I am interchanging, if I am taking the transpose of matrix A and now calculate the value of the A transpose as the rule of determinant. So 1 into 4 minus 2 into 3, 4 minus 6 will give you minus 2. So that means if I am taking the transpose of A matrix and whenever I am calculating the value of A, determinant A is always equivalent to determinant of A transpose. We can write determinant symbol as like this, or A transpose. You need to calculate the determinant of A transpose. Now, next property is, if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the sign of determinant changes. That means what they want to say, let's suppose this is the determinant. After calculating the value of 3 cross 3 determinant, I am getting minus 28. Let's suppose in the next step, I have interchanged row 2 and row 3. That means this row will come here and this row will come here. Now, if you will solve the value of this determinant, you will get 28. That means I am getting negative of 28. So, if again I am applying, let's suppose I am applying interchange C1 with C2. Next time, if I am interchanging these two columns, I will get minus 28. The rule is, whenever we are changing any two rows or columns of a determinant, then the sign of determinant changes. That means the value will have the negative sign. Now, third property, if any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, that means all corresponding elements are same, then the value of determinant is 0. Let's suppose this is the example. Here what you are saying, that 3, 2, 3 is given 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Now, any two rows or column, that means R1 and R3 have same elements, same row. If any two rows or any two columns are same, then the value of determinant will automatically 0. You can state this property and you can write directly 0. You are not supposed to solve like this. Why I am solving it? Just to show that the value will become 0. Now, property number 4. In property number 4, they are saying, if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. Let's suppose this is your determinant. I am saying multiply row 1 with the constant k. So that means whenever I am saying multiply row 1 with the constant k, this is not the matrix that we should multiply k with every element of the given matrix. Here we'll have the determinant. If I am saying I am multiplying with constant with any particular row or column, that means I am only multiply with R1. Rest row will remain same. Now, after that, I want to say that whenever I am multiplying it, my final answer is k. That means my final answer will be k into this determinant. How I can solve it? Let's suppose by applying the determinant rule along R1, I am getting this value. So after solving this, I am getting this. This is what? This is the basically the delta. Whenever I am solving 3 cross 3 determinant, I will get the same value. So that means I can write this determinant as k into delta. That means if this determinant is given to you, I have multiplied k with row 1, then I can write this determinant as this. Either we can take k common I am taking from R1. Let's suppose I am having k. That means in R1 I have multiplied with k, in R2 I have multiplied with k. Then whenever I am taking k common, I have taken k common from R1, I am taken k common from R2. That time k will become k square because we have taken k common from R1 and R2 as well. Now, most important point for property number 4. By this property, we can take out any column factor from any one row or any one column of a given determinant. That will remain the same point. Next is, if the corresponding elements of any two rows or columns of a determinant are proportional, then the value will become 0. Till now in property 3rd, we have studied that if any two rows and any two columns are same, then the value of determinant will become 0. Here, if I am getting this determinant, that means a1 upon ka1 will give you 1 upon k, a2 upon ka2 will give you 1 upon k, a3 upon ka3 will give you 1 upon k. That means R1 and R3 are proportional. So the value will become 0. If you are solving normally by the help of the formula, still you will get the value 0. Now property number 5. Property number 5 is saying, if sum or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. For example, this determinant is given to you. You can write this determinant as this. That means you can separate the terms by using plus sign here. Property number 6. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, the EQ multiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added, then the value of determinant remains the same. That is, the value of determinant remains same if we apply the operation. That means earlier we used to do that elementary operation. Here we are free to apply row operation or column operation. Let's suppose this determinant is given to you. I am saying that in R1, if here R1 is given, I need to take R1 only, not any other row. R1 tends to R1 plus k times of R3. That means R1 plus k times of R3. A1 plus k times of C1. A2 plus k times of C2. A3 plus k times of C3. Row 2 and row 3 will remain the same. That means I can apply column operation also. Whatever operation I am applying, I will get the same answer whenever I am solving this. Whenever I am solving this, we can apply column operation also. We can apply row operation also. And we'll get the perfect description whenever we'll start with the exercise 4.2.